All right, we want to take you quickly here to New Hampshire, where Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is hosting a town hall. Let's listen in.
The first thing is building a wall, which Mexico will pay for. Okay? We're going to build it. I know how to do it. It's going to be a real wall, not a toy wall like we have right now that's 10 feet tall and it's a fence. We're going to have a real wall. And people are going to come into our country, and I want people to come in. I want people of great talent to come in. But I want a lot of people to come in. They have to come in legally. They've got to come in. If we don't have them come in legally, we don't have a country. We don't have borders. We don't have a country. They have to come in legally. I want them to come in. They have to come in legally. All right, go ahead, David.
Here's what I don't get about the immigration proposal. You want to build a giant wall, and if you build a giant wall, why worry about birthright citizenship? If you're going to keep illegal immigrants out, why attack?
There's a very big question as to the anchor babies. They've been talking about it for years. There's a very big question as to whether or not the 14th Amendment actually covers this. We're going to find out whether or not it does. Changing the 14th Amendment would take years and years, the long, drawn-out process. A lot of people think that it is absolutely, in terms of anchor babies, that it is not covered. So we're going to find out. But look, here's the story. Here's what happens. Wait a minute. Wait. Here's what's happening. A woman is going to have a baby. They wait on the border. Just before the baby, they come over to the border. They have the baby in the United States. We now take care of that baby, Social Security, Medicare, education. Give me a break. It doesn't work that way. The parents have to come in legally. Now, we're going to have to find out what's going to happen from a court standpoint. But many people, many of the great scholars, say that anchor babies are not covered. We're going to find out. Yes. Well, I think large portions can be. I am not a Common Core person. Jeb Bush wants Common Core. I want local education. And I think large groups and large portions can be shut down. Absolutely. I have no question about that. You look at the Department of Education. They've done such a poor job. We're number 25 or 26 or 28 or 32, depending on which you look at, in the world. We spend, one thing we're number one at, and that's a definite number one, we spend more money per student than any country anywhere in the world. And we're way above number 25 in the world. So we are terrible at education, but we spend far more money than anybody else. The Department of Education has done a terrible job. I happen to be a person that does not believe in Common Core. I believe the people of New Hampshire, locally, should work mostly on the education. Do we allow little pieces? Yes. But largely, it should be shut down. And I'm very surprised to hear that other of the candidates don't want it touched, because that really does surprise me. Say it again.
Jeb Bush is in the state tonight with the town hall. Have you gotten under his skin?
Have I gotten under Jeb Bush's skin? I don't know. I will tell you this. You mentioned the word skin. He said the other day, one of the dumber things I've heard ever in politics, when talking about Iraq, that we, the United States, he said, have to show them that we have skin in the game in order to go into Iraq. We've lost $2 trillion, thousands of lives, wounded warriors who I love all over the place. And he's talking about we have to show them that we have skin in the game. And every time a shot is fired, they run, because there practically is no Iraq. And Iraq, whatever that is being taken over by Iran after us spending trillions and lives and warriors, wounded warriors. For him to say that we have to show them that we have skin in the game is one of the really dumb statement. I'd say his other dumb statement is an act of love, that they come here for an act of love. And I would say between Common Core, his act of love on immigration, and skin in the game with Iraq, that's the third one that we've now added, I don't see how he's electable. And then on top of that, he talks about women's health issues, and he's against women's health. Now, he then comes back a few hours later and he says he misspoke. But he's bad on women's health issues. nobody's going to be better on women's health issues than Donald Trump. Yes. No, I don't. No, I don't at all. I don't. I have a much bigger heart than other people, and frankly, than probably any of the candidates that I've heard so far. Excuse me? I don't. Not often. If you want to know the truth, have I failed? Not often. Okay, I'm going to have to go. All right, we'll do one from you, but it's always a negative question. Go ahead. Can you ask a positive question? Let's see if it's possible. Major's question. What? If necessary, I would do that, yes. We have to stop ISIS. I didn't want to do Iraq. It was a big mistake. It should never have happened. The way we got out was also a big mistake. We cannot let ISIS continue to do what they're doing. So if necessary, the answer is yes. Okay?
So we say you're so wealthy.
Thank you, everybody.
Have you ever worked with a body language?
All right, listening there to Donald Trump hosting a town hall in the key state of New Hampshire. The Republican presidential candidate said he's going to build a real wall on the Mexican border, not a toy wall. And if people want to come in, they have to come in legally. He said he wants them to come in, but if they don't come in legally, we don't have a country. His words. When asked about anchor babies, and that's a controversial term, but when asked about that, he said many people say they aren't legally covered, but we have to wait on the court to see about that. And when asked about women's health, he said no one will be better on women's health than he is. As far as education, he wants local education, but Jeb Bush wants Common Core. He also didn't like Bush's comment that, quote, we have to show we have skin in the game in Iraq. After all the skin, all the lives we've lost there. On the Iran deal, he called it the dumbest deal, a complete catastrophe, adding that Israel is in trouble because of it. He said he would cut off all funding to ISIS, a lot of it coming from oil fields. As for what he does like, Trump made a point to say he has great respect for Senator Ted Cruz. So let us end with something positive because our time is up tonight. I want to thank you, as always, for watching. I'm Cassie Loyfin on Twitter @Cassie Loyfin, and Mike Deneau is up next as our evening news continues. Good night.